Maybe you're busy right now and wanting to get on with other things, but I'd like to ask you to let me tell you about something which I believe is probably the most important thing you'll ever hear, and which will affect the rest of your life. It's about the year 2012, and you've probably heard that 2012 is predicted to be the end of the world, or the beginning of a new age, the coming of heaven on earth, the coming of extraterrestrials, all sorts of things. And I've studied this for over 25 years, and what I'd like to do now is just very, very briefly tell you what I've made of it so far. My name is Philip Snow, and I'm speaking to you from North Staffordshire in England. And after all this time of study, I still don't know with any great certainty what's going to happen in the year 2012, but it does seem that a very, very great change of some sort will take place. There are common threads that run between many of the main commentators about 2012, and there are many. And if you search on the internet, you'll find at least enough to keep you studying for 25 years, but you don't have 25 years. So I'm going to give you my conclusion about what will happen. My conclusion is that yes, a very, very, very great change will take place, a change greater than anything that has ever occurred in the known history of humanity. And it will change everything for us, for everyone. If you would like to know what to do about this at this stage, I will summarize it in a couple of words, which again are common threads that run amongst many of the different commentators. And those words are love, service, and compassion. And it seems that if we really want to get through this period in the most beneficial way, and potentially it will be very, very, very beneficial for us as individuals and as humanity. What we need to do is to start living from our heart instead of primarily from our minds, as we have been doing for a very, very long time. And in living from our hearts, the expression of this would be that we would love people and love everything. We would love unconditionally, which means loving people and everything, no matter why, no matter what, just completely unconditionally. And all our dealings with people would be characterized by unconditional love for them. Service is something that most of us do all the time when we help people or we work for people. We may think that we're working for ourselves, but in many ways we're actually working for other people. And as far as possible, our work needs to be guided in the spirit of service to others, helping other people. Particularly helping other people through difficult times which may lie ahead. And the other thing is compassion. Compassion is love in action. Compassion is being aware of what's going on for other people, being prepared to pitch in and help. And there are many opportunities for us to express compassion. For example, even today there are so many people around the world who are suffering for one reason or another, whether it be war, natural disaster, climate change, all sorts of things, all of which are opportunities for us to develop compassion. And in developing love and compassion, we rise to a higher level, a level that is different from the level that society as a whole has been at for a very, very long time. And in living from the level of love and service and compassion, no matter what happens during the next few years, we can get through it together. It may be that the next few years brings just overwhelmingly positive change, but we may not see that to begin with. For example, for a couple of years now we've had difficulties in the global economy. We might think that overwhelmingly depression or recession is not a good thing, but maybe it's a process of change. Maybe something much, much better will come out of it. For example, if we stop living in debt, well, that would be a good thing, wouldn't it? Though it may need many changes in the kind of lives we live to create a new kind of economy. In that and many other ways, there could be very, very, very great changes coming about for all sorts of different reasons. And what I'm aiming to do with this video is to give you at least a seed of awareness that change is happening even today, and will happen even faster over the next few months and very few years. And we need to be at least psychologically prepared for these changes, if not physically, emotionally, spiritually even, so that as the changes come we'll be aware that they are actually part of a bigger process which potentially is the most positive thing that could possibly be happening to us. And as these changes come about, we can learn more and more about what is actually happening and take always a completely positive approach to them. And remember that if we live from the level of love for others, for everything, unconditional love for others and everything, service to others and compassion to others, we will get through this process no matter what. Now you may feel like learning more about this, going into it more deeply, finding out what other people have to say. You'll find that there's lots and lots of information available from the internet, from libraries, from everywhere. By all means go into it more deeply. But I hope that you'll remember these two things. First of all, yes, there is very, very, very great change taking place, which potentially is the most positive thing that could possibly happen. And the way through these changes is to open our hearts and live from a level of unconditional love, service to others, and compassion. And I hope that as you become more and more aware of the changes taking place, you'll remember what you've heard today. Thank you.